All right, welcome back. I want to go over something I noticed and paid attention to here is the absolute buff to movement speed we are getting. Not just the sprinting ability, but just movement speed in general is getting a bit of a buff, even more so than we got this league. So one thing to note here is if we go to ruins and we head down to the feral uh, this one. This one provides 5% increased movement speed, and as you can have a pair of boots with 35 movement speed on, and the new league we're getting, you can get exceptional item bases. So basically, you can get a pair of boots that comes with 2 sockets without being corrupted, and then you have the possibility to corrupt it afterwards to get 3 sockets on your boots. So that means you could technically put 3 of these inside of it and gain 15% increased movement speed on top of your 35. But not only that, we have a essence. This one gives you a 100% increased effect of socketed runes or soul cores. So basically, instead of getting 15 here, you will get 30 if you have 3 sockets and you have the 3 movement speed runes in here. Now, one thing to note as well is with banners you can get movement speed. So we head over here to our skills. This one grants 5% movement speed, but I'll show it over here on the stats instead. So if we look at my movement speed currently, it's 30.4% because I am using some armor pieces and they do have a penalty to movement speed. But if I place my banners, you'll see the first banner gave me 74. So as you saw right there, we went from 35 to 74. So now we're getting even more movement speed besides the 15% on our boots that we're getting extra. We're getting this from our banners, but we can also get even more than that. So they are going to introduce this belt, which has 50 to 100% increased effect of socketed runes, and it can have 2 runes inside, and it could technically be a pair of boots, so you could put even more movement speed in here. You could get another 20% if you have 100%. You could get another 20% out of this one, and besides that, you can also get the extra movement speed from sanctifying, which is a new orb that they will release with this patch that lets you basically lets your mods go over what the limit is. So like the limit for movement speed is 35 on the mod itself. With the new sanctified, or you could technically get even more movement speed on your boots and then have the 2 sockets only, because we'll just have to wait and see if it's better with 2 sockets and sanctified or if it's better with 3 sockets. It's hard to tell right at this moment, but I see a situation where we are getting a lot more movement speed now, like a lot, and that is gonna help us like quite a bit, and it already feels pretty decent with this build per se. Now this is a support build, so I can't do any damage or anything, but running around with other people, this does feel fairly good. And they did say they were gonna increase the numbers on banners because they didn't feel like they were that great. I do feel like they are working pretty well. Maybe not as a add-on to an ability that you use for attacking per se, but as a support build, this works phenomenally as of this moment. So yeah, I hope to see that we get a rough increase in like between 20 and 30% on movement speed, I would say. It's of course not, we're not 100% sure. We don't know about the tree yet. The tree could provide us with even more movement speed, so technically we could get way more movement speed in case of them changing some of the notes and other stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to this league. I hope for sure that we're getting everything that I had on my wish list. I hope we get a bunch of extra stuff they didn't show in the reveal. That would be absolutely insane. And yeah, I'm really curious to see how the new support gem system is going to work, how well that's going to perform, and how many of the support will be actually used now because of our ability to put multiple of the same on every skill. So that is going to be a little bit interesting to see. I can't wait to see how that is going to turn out. But for now, I'll keep it at that. If you want to catch me on a live stream, you can find me on Twitch and YouTube, of course. And I hope you all have a good day, a good evening, whatever it might be for you. Stay tuned. I'll be live streaming when the release comes out, when they release the patch. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one.